guys, we are here with ferrets. Say hello or meh, ferrets.
Meh.
Yeah, yeah. Alright guys, so this is an impromptu video that we've been meaning to do for a while. This is basically off a video that you guys haven't seen yet. We did a video about 2 days ago where we talked about possible ships that were coming in IAE. Now that was with actual Hitman and John, and unfortunately Ferris wasn't there because he's a working man.
I'm a working ferret. I work for my money.
So at the end of the day, when Ferret actually messaged me this, I thought, oh, good opportunity to get him in. All right, so Ferrets, we have a new trailer for IAE 2952.
Don't you know it?
So what we're going to do to guys is go through. We're going to play it, and then we're going to show 2 ships that are leaked or hinted or sort of spoiled or teased.
Pretty much, like everybody already has seen it by now, so...
yeah. So if you haven't seen it, then you know what rock have you been under. But some of you might not have realised these 2 ships. One of them is obvious. It really is there. But the second one, you have to be really quick to see it. So, without further ado, let's jump into it and let's start the video.
Join us for the biggest Whitley's Guide IAE special yet, with exclusive looks at all your favorite manufacturers, Drake CEO and an Arden, plus surprises and announcements you won't want to miss. We'll see you there.
Right, so first thing I want to talk about this in memoriam of Jax McCleary.
Poor guy.
Does that mean he died?
Well, you see, that is the current theory, is people think he died, but it could just be a stunt, it could be just a ploy, we don't really know, because remember, the IAE isn't the same without the Jax there to do his show.
And remember last year, he was going through a jump gate into the pyro system.
Right.
So it does mean in memory of. So its first known use was in 1850 in the memory above. So it was since the days of the Roman Empire. The word in memoriam followed by the name have been found on memorials and gravestones. Monuments and gravestones, sorry. They also appear in the dedication book of poem. Greatest poem is in the memoriam written over a period of 117 years, mourning the death of his dear friend Arthur Hallam. So it definitely seems like it's maybe he's gone missing because of pyro?
Well, he single-handedly hijacked a Odyssey, and he flew it through a wormhole into a pyro on his own.
I wonder... Sorry, go.
So, I mean, it's not looking too good for him right now.
I'm wondering if he's going to turn up at the end.
Probably.
Or something, yeah. I reckon that's going to happen. Alright, so let's go through this trailer bit by bit and let's break it down. First, we have a shot, Microtech, with the new logo, and obviously this is Microtech.
The biggest Whitley's Guide IAE special yet, with exclusive looks at all.
So, is that the 3rd year in a row now? It's been over at Microtech?
It's kind of been like that, yeah.
Yeah. So, the first thing we see is obviously the Drake Corsair. And it looks like Drake is going through and is leading this show. Which is a very big difference when it used to be that Drake was very much the outcast, and at the end of the day, Drake was just invited passively to these ending events. But now it looks like Drake is actually leading the show, In fact, we actually see later the CEO of Drake is actually apparently running the show. But yeah, what are your thoughts on the Corsair when you first see it? Like, don't like?
Well, the first thing that actually stands out is the co-pilot's seat underneath the main cockpit.
Yeah, but we saw that in IAE, I think it was. Was it
Mhm.
inside Star Citizen? So that's not
Right.
severely new for us. We've seen that before.
Well,
And it looks good. Don't get me wrong, but yeah.
yeah, but I mean, I'm just saying that in this the picture, the first thing that actually catches the eye is the gunner seat.
And not the guns.
Well, I mean,
I'm
I
disappointed in you.
guess.
I'm disappointed in you, ferrets. Not the
Well, I'm
guns.
sorry, but I have one of these, all right, and I'm probably going to be fine it for quite a while until the spirits come out.
So obviously in this photo, guys, we can see the wings on one side are folded up and the wing on the other side is folded up. It looks like obviously it's going to be shown at the show. No big surprise. We knew it was pretty much finished. Maybe this is why Drake is leading the show this year, is because it's the first ship that'll be up for available for buying.
Maybe.
Maybe that's why they've changed the order and put Drake first, is because the Corsair is going to be there on the first day. Right, let's keep going. Then, obviously, the RSI Scorpion, whatever.
Yep.
Favorite manufacturers.
We do also have Alien Week. We have the Vandal Blade. I think that's the Blade. And then
That is, yeah.
yeah, and then we've got the Talon behind it, and we've got the Tavaran. I think that's Tavaran. In the background, the Santa Ki, or whatever it is.
Yeah.
So it looks like Alien Week is going to be incorporated in the IAE this week, maybe. And then we've also got the Talon Shrike in the background as well. Yeah, something. Oh, Katako. Yeah. So at the end of the day, maybe Alien Week is going to be more incorporated this year than just like as a separate event, maybe? Who knows? We'll see. Then, obviously, the next thing we get to see is the Drake Vulture, or the Venture, depending if you played. But at the end of the day, yeah, it's obviously going to be shown there. Obviously, it's going to be a floor model. You're going to be able to crawl over it. I also own one of these as well. And I believe you own one as well, I think.
Yeah, who doesn't?
Yeah. So at the end of the day, really looking forward to getting our hands on this. And this is why I suspect Drake is up first, is because they're the ones with apparently going to be most of the ships they're going to be flying this year. But we'll get to that in a sec.
CEO and an Ardent.
So there is the CEO of Drake in front of the crowd. So it looks like he's actually leading the expo this year. So I suspect we'll probably go through and we'll probably get like some video of him talking. Maybe disclosing this new ship which we're about to literally see. I don't think he's going to be actually at the expo, although that would be pretty epic if they actually had like a video hall. But yeah, at the end of the day, it looks like he's on stage. It looks like this is going to be like a pre-recorded cinematic video or some sort of machinima sort of like video that they've done. Alright, there it is. Alright, we just missed it. Go back.
It's hard, I know.
Yeah.
It's hard to get the frames.
There we go. That. I presume you're seeing it on the screen.
No.
You're not?
No, but I know what you're talking about, though.
Yeah. So let me try and play.
And an Ardent.
There you go. Can you see it now?
I see the guy's back.
Ah, gotcha.
Okay.
Right. So, thoughts. For a start, people are saying it's Drake because it's the Drake guy introducing it, and I could
I
possibly.
don't think it is Drake.
Yeah, I was gonna say I could see that maybe, but to me it doesn't look Drake. Go away, kitty. Come on, Daddy's doing video. It doesn't look Drake to me. It looks more round.
It
Looks Misk.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It looks more a Misk though.
More Misk, especially with the VTOL thrusters. You
Yeah.
look at like that compared to like, for example, the Prospector. Prospector has VTOL and is more round, like what that is. Look, I'm not saying it isn't Drake, right? It would make sense considering, it's Drake and a planetary and he's introducing it.
Well,
But
I think the reason why people are thinking that it's a Drake is because of the CEO guy there. But what they fail to understand is if Jax is a missing,
then maybe he's the new host.
maybe he's the host who has to step in until they find Jax, because I mean the show is being sponsored by Drake at least, so it wouldn't make a sense for Drake to have as much fingers as they can get everywhere.
And also, let's face it too, the Cutlass does have VTOL thrusters. It's not like Drake doesn't do VTOL. It's just the shape of it to me looks more Misk.
The engines on it, they aren't as robust as the Drake's are, because the Drake's engines, they kind of have a cone at the end of it, at the end of their thrusters. But that ship right there, it looks as if the thruster is built in with the fuselage protecting it all the way down, and that kind of is the design language of the Misk ships.
It's not just so much the thrusters, but it's also the back of it too. The back looks like a Prospector sort of shape. Like you look at the back of the Prospector and you compare it to something like that, and it's also very round and stuff like that. To me, this looks Misk. It doesn't look Drake. Everybody's going on, it's Drake, it's Drake, it's Drake. And it could be. It could be Drake, who knows? But at the end of to me, this looks Misk, not Drake. And it would make sense too, considering we're going to get the Corsair and the Vulture already at the show. Right? So that's 2 ships from Drake. If they bring out a third one, that means most of the ships that are going to be at this show are going to be Drake. There's no other ships from other manufacturers.
Technically, if this one is a Drake, this would be the 4th. Not this year. If you count the Mule.
Oh, yeah, good point. Yeah. So, like I say, I would say this is probably Misk. What sort of ship do you think this is? Do you think this is like a cargo runner? Do you think this is a miner? I think it might be the refinery.
Well, I don't think it would be a cargo, because from the looks of it, the main engines are the VTOLs, and eventually CIG will be bringing in a weight to the cargo, and I don't think this ship would be a pretty good without lifting the cargo with only two main engines as VTOLs.
Well, it depends too, because at the end of the day, the VTOLs that they have on the MISC Prospector, remember the rocks and the minerals for refining and mining would also have weight too. So it depends on how powerful those VTOLs are. But yeah, this to me looks like it's something in the mining industry. I would say this is going to be something like a miner, a refiner. I would say this is probably a refiner. Maybe it's the MISC's answer to salvage. But to me, this I don't think this is. We've got so many cargo ships already, and we just got another one with the C1. Do we really need more cargo ships? Probably not. Though I think this is more likely going to be probably the miner, refiner. I think this is probably going to be maybe the refinery ship. But how big do you think this is? Like this, I think this is bigger than it looks because it's high up.
I think it's a medium size. I think like maybe a Connie size or smaller.
Yeah, I think maybe a little bit smaller than the Connie, but maybe a bit bigger than the Prospector.
I'd say so, yeah.
And look, guys, also keep in mind too. Obviously, like I said, this video will go up probably tomorrow. We did do another recording where we talk about ships that were coming out at the IAE. In fact, I might just redo that video because you weren't there, and maybe we can get John and Hitman back in, and we can have all four of us. But I was going to say, but in that video, there were 4 ships or 3 ships that we've seen that were unannounced. 2 of them, one of them was like 60 weeks to completed, and the other was like 50 weeks to completed. And in that, we said that was likely to be a medium-sized ship, and it had VFX and vehicle content team. Yep, keep going.
The first one was like 63 weeks, and the second one was 75 weeks.
Yeah, and there was also one that was like 40, I think, as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, like I said, we might actually redo that video because you weren't there. But like I say,
you just said the video where you talked about the unannounced ships.
Yeah. So me, Hitman, and John did a video.
There.
No, a couple of days ago. You jumped in at the end, and we just finished recording it. We did it like 2 days ago, literally. I haven't even had a chance to upload it yet.
Okay, whatever.
Yeah, you're at work. Yeah. Like I said, I'm thinking about redoing it because you weren't there. But regardless, a video will be going up tomorrow when we're talking about the ships, whether we use the old one or we just redo it. But like I said, in that we talked about the fact that there's 3 ships that have been completed or due to complete before the IAE. One was 60, one was 70, and one was like 40 weeks. To me, this looks like it's the 40-week ship. We think it's about that size, and at the end of the day, yeah, it's definitely interesting. But yeah, any other thoughts that you have about this before we move on to the next surprise?
No.
All right, let's keep going.
Plus, surprises.
So obviously there we get to see the help me out with the ship name. I've forgotten it.
Pisces?
No. What's the one with the cargo on the back?
The Nomad.
Nomad, that's right.
And announcements you won't.
And hopefully you can see it on the screen, and I stopped right at time. You see the Pisces now?
Yeah, I see.
Yeah, cool. So guys, obviously on the screen there is a red Pisces. This is what we actually talked about, I believe it was like a week ago, where we actually talked about the data mine leaks, and we said there was a medical Pisces in the files. I'm guessing that's this ship. So if we are correct, we have the Vulture, we have the Corsair from Drake, we have probably going to be a MISC ship, and also the Pisces also variant up for sale. Do you think this is the ship they were talking about when they said that there was a popular variant that they were working on? Or
It's either that or the or the MPUV, which we know is being worked on.
Hmm. Yeah.
Um, I mean, we do know that CIG is working on a mining variant for the MPUV, which I feel like is completely useless because it's probably gonna hold like one cargo box of mining, and that's it.
Hang on, what do
But
you mean the mining variant of the...
yeah, you you don't know about the mining variant of the NPUV?
No, no, no. As far as I know, they were going to have the redo the one they've already got, which is the P. They've already done the sports, which is the one they just recently put out, and the next one after that they said they were going to do was the was a oh, they did say it wasn't mining though. It was more cargo, or maybe more cargo or something. I'm not,
No, no. Well, they did show that they were going to be doing a frickin' a mining variant.
Oh, okay. I missed that part.
It's just a, to me it's a kind of
Redundant.
stupid because it's just the MPUV with a mining a mining like arm on the top of it.
Hmm.
It's basically a flying um a flying a rock.
Hmm.
I mean,
Yeah. Anyway, let's get back to the Pisces. What do you think? Are you going to buy one, or are you just going to just say nah?
well, I mean, I'm probably going to buy it because it's something shiny. It's something new.
Hmm. To be honest, I'm not really interested in the Pisces as an ambulance. I've got a Pisces as a daily runner sort of thing. If like other ships go crashy, I generally find the Pisces is pretty weak when it comes to shielding and stuff like that. Um, I think you're probably going to end up getting yourself blown up if you try and fly into a battle with a Pisces.
I mean, yeah, it's a civilian shuttle. It's not going to have much armor.
Well, it's a med ship, so medical ships are normally flying into battle.
Well,
Normally with medical, like obviously the biggest thing in real life is that because it's medical, you're not supposed to shoot at it. In fact, I believe it's a war crime. But at the end,
unfortunately, in Star Citizen, if you're not supposed to, everyone is going to.
yeah, and that's what I was going to say. I can't imagine people in Star Citizen following those same rules. So you want your med ships to be a little bit more robust. To me, I think this is just going to have probably a single bed in it. It's probably going to be a ship that flies in, grabs a guy, throws him on the bed, heals him up, and then gets him back into the battle and then takes off. I think this is going to be like a sort of like a mobile trash, whatever it's called. Where it's like a mobile
Triage?
yeah, that thing, yeah. Where it's like a mobile ambulance that fixes people on the fly and then puts them back out, which would be cool. But I don't think this thing is obviously. Look, the Pisces is a very fast ship. It may be using its speed to sort of like try and avoid gunfire and stuff, but we'll see. We'll see what it's like, I suppose. Maybe they've upgraded the armor on it or something on it. I'm not sure. Anything else we want to add before we keep moving? Because I have to go to work soon.
No.
Oh, alright, let's keep going.
Don't wanna miss. We'll see you there.
Right. So obviously we have the date, which is the November 18th, which is obviously interesting. It's literally 20 days away. But yeah, at the end of the day, guys, Fez, what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on the IAE? Yeah.
Well, it's definitely gonna be different this year.
Yeah, it looks like Drake's running it, and looks like we're going to get like 4 ships, which is literally what we said in the video 2 days ago. We said there's like 3 or 4 ships that were going to be coming out this year. So it looks like CIG wants to finish the year on a strong. Apart from that, anything else you want to talk about before we say bon voyage? And
Give me my address.
give you address. Alright guys, let us know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. Specifically around this Drake ship. What do you think it is? Well, hashtag supposedly Drake ship. To me, like I say, I think this is actually Misk. I think this is a Misk ship. I don't think this is Drake. So just from what we suspect, we've got 2 ships with Drake. We've got a Vulture and we've got the Corsair. We've got what we suspect is a Misk ship. And then it looks like we've got also a Pisces as well. That's 4 ships that are going to be up for sale at the IAE, plus whatever's done in the holodecks and stuff like that. But it looks like there's going to be 4 ships that are, or 3 ships at least that are flyable, possibly 4, maybe a concept. But yeah, do you think this what we're dubbing as the Misk ship? Do you think it's just going to be a concept or flyable?
A concept, for sure.
Yeah, that's what I think too. Although,
because
like I said,
that is the CIG way.
Well, I was going to say, and also do keep in mind too, like I said, when we looked at that timetable, there were about 3 or 4 ships that were supposed to be finished. So maybe coming in 318?
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe they'll be like, hey, buy it at IAE and it'll be delivered within like the next 2 months.
One can wish, but I highly doubt.
Jared did say a date for 318. He said it was during the live show. He said it was the 8th of December.
December 8th.
But then he got a very angry email. Apparently, he even admitted from someone who said we're not sold on that date yet. I'm still going to stick to my guns and say that we're likely to see it around the 20 to 23rd of December for the 318 patch. That's going to be my guess. Considering I don't think we didn't have... we did have patch notes today, actually. So, Ivacati today, by the looks.
Yeah, but they weren't really much of about patch notes and just a update to a known issues from the last patch, so it's not a huge difference. And
it was an Ivacati test.
Yeah, I mean,
Anyway, right guys, let us know what your thoughts are in that comment section below. Obviously, thanks Ference for joining us for this video. His link to his stuff will be in the description below. Do go follow him on Twitch and YouTube. Obviously, guys, you're going to be hearing a lot more from the gang at the Discord on our not-so-secret projects that we're doing. So, yeah, you're going to be hearing a lot more from John, Ferrets, a few of the other regulars as well. So, obviously, stay tuned for that. Apart from that, guys, obviously, let us know what your thoughts are regarding this ship. Do you think it's Misk? Do you think it's Drake? Do you think it's Anvil? Let us know what your thoughts are in that comment section below. Apart from that, thanks for joining us. You want to say bye?
bye.
I've got to go make some money. Have a good night, everybody. Enjoy yourself, and we'll see you in the next Mars Eyes video from YouTube.